Monday, June 29th, the Daily Word. And today, our word happens to be librettist. Librettist is simply someone who writes a libretto. And libretto is Italian for book. A librettist writes the words or the lyrics for an opera or a musical comedy. That brings us to Frank Loesser, born today in 1910 in New York, to a classical pianist father who didn't want his son to go into music, but his son had other ideas, went to Hollywood, and supported a lot of other composers with writing lyrics at Universal Studios and Paramount Studios. Later on, after serving in the war, he wrote a song in 1944 for the film Neptune's Daughter. Now, this song went on to win the Academy Award and become a perennial Christmas favorite. Baby, it's cold outside. Now, who'd have thought that song would be in Neptune's Daughter? But it is still a classic. We also know Mr. Loesser for his work on Broadway with 1950s Guys and Dolls and with 1961 How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. Now, both of those won the Pulitzer Prize. And that brings me to a little sidebar note, which is that the winner of a Pulitzer Prize for a musical is Michael R. Jackson, don't get it confused, for the musical A Strange Loop. And what makes that so significant is that it didn't get on Broadway to win the Pulitzer. It won before it has even started its Broadway run. And because of this month being Black Lives Matter and in honor of Pride, I encourage you to listen to some of the songs from A Strange Loop. Now I will get on to the second birthday, which is for Antoine SaintExupery, born in 1900 in Lyon, France. You and I know him as the author of Le Petit Prince, The Little Prince, a very famous, iconic book. He was also a known aviator, and in fact, it was on a flight with his mechanic that the plane broke down, and the two of them were stranded in the Sahara Desert for over 4 days, almost died of dehydration. All they shared was a little thermos of sweet coffee, crackers, and chocolat. Is that French or what? Until a Bedouin Good Samaritan came by, found them, and administered a native local remedy to hydrate them, and he wrote about that for the book. Now, the book has been translated into 250 languages and is published about 2 million copies per year. So we know that. It was published after his death. He did the watercolors for the book, by the way. But what I want to do is share with you 2 quotes from him that I find so inspiring. Tell me who admires and loves you, and I will tell you who you are. It's kind of provocative if you think about the people that you know admire and love you, and then think about that as it reflects your character. And this one, the next one, reminds me of the episode we had a few days ago honoring Helen Keller and her vision. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to collect wood, and don't assign them tasks and work, but rather teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. Now that's true vision and poetry. So we honor the poet, the librettist, and you. And until tomorrow, please stay safe, stay sane, stay vous.